What's up, guys? My name is Pete, and I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Phipps Tips. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at the overall bearish market. We're going to have a look at its top performers. None of them are doing great at all today. We'll have a look at today's biggest winners, and its biggest losers, more likely. And then we're going to get into a news article today about Mt.Gox. And for those of you who are new to cryptocurrency and do not know what Mt.Gox is, Mt.Gox was an exchange back in the year 2014 that was hacked and lost a lot of money for investors in Bitcoin. But they have a civil rehab, and we're going to get into that and see what that article has to say. And then we're going to wrap it all up with the Bitcoin dump. We're going to check it out, technically speaking, guys. All that and more coming up. Stay tuned. We're on CoinMarketCap.com. The market cap currently $259 billion, with a 24-hour trading volume of $15 billion and Bitcoin dominance checking in at 40.7%. It is still increasing by the day, guys, meaning that people are liquidating their altcoins to get into Bitcoin and then probably into fiat. The top five, guys, looks terrible. Bitcoin down 8.21%. Ethereum down nearly 10%. Ripple down 6.82%. And Bitcoin Cash down 11.72%. And EOS down today, guys, a whopping 15.25% on the day. Let's have a look and see who's moving and shaking versus Bitcoin today. Game.com had a big day today, guys, up against Bitcoin 60.24%. That's huge. Funfair up nearly 15% against Bitcoin. Scry.info up 9.19%. Tether, that's funny. Kin up 3.34% and Centrality up 3.15%. So guys, what we have today versus Bitcoin, 2 or 3 coins. Actually, it looks just to be about 3 because Tether really doesn't count. But yeah, so we have 3 coins that are near 10% or above. The rest, just look at that sea of red, guys. A sea of absolute red. We're going to check out our gainers and losers for the day, see what we got going on there. Our number one gainer for the day, guys, Waves Community Token, with a 24-hour trading volume of $311, is up 300 and nearly 80% on the day. That's insane, guys. Insane. Game.com up 47%. Newbits up 29.34%. Merck up 27.60%. And Everus up 19.39% on the day, guys. If anybody is in Waves Community Token, I'm hoping this is the Waves platform. I'm going to look into it a little bit later today or sometime during this weekend and find out exactly what that Waves Community Token is, guys, and I will let you all know. We're going to move on to our biggest losers for the day, and Morpheus Network takes the crown today with a 63.42% decline over 24 hours. Hex down 52.11% on the day. Phantom Coin down 42.5% on the day. Fantasy Gold down 31.41% today. And Bitcoin X down 29% today. So there you have it for your gainers and losers, guys. We're going to move on into our news article. Mt.Gox to enter civil rehabilitation in a major win for creditors. Stay right there. We'll get into it. Mt.Gox to enter civil rehabilitation in major win for creditors. Creditors of the defunct Bitcoin exchange Mt.Gox just won a big victory. According to a Friday release from Mt.Gox trustee Nobukai Kobayashi, the exchange's ongoing bankruptcy proceedings have been paused and a civil rehabilitation process will commence. The Tokyo District Court issued an order on June 22nd approving a petition to begin civil rehabilitation, which was initially submitted in November of last year. Those seeking to recoup funds from the exchange, once the world's largest by trade volume before it dramatically collapsed in 2014, resulting in hundreds of millions of dollars in losses, could see their money sometime in the next year as the civil rehabilitation process moves forward. Notably, Kobayashi's document implies that creditors seeking to regain their lost funds in Bitcoin may receive larger amounts of cash than those who originally sought to be repaid in fiat currency when the exchange began bankruptcy proceedings. It states, in bankruptcy proceedings, non-monetary claims are converted into monetary claims based on the valuation as at the time of the commencement of bankruptcy proceedings. In contrast, in civil rehabilitation proceedings, non-monetary claims are not converted into monetary claims at the time of commencement of the civil rehabilitation proceedings. Therefore, in the civil rehabilitation proceedings, in this matter, claims seeking a refund of Bitcoin claims, will also not be converted into monetary claims after the commencement of the civil rehabilitation proceedings. The document continued saying that the amount of voting rights of Bitcoin creditors for resolutions on the proposed rehabilitation plan is based on the valuation of Bitcoins as at the time of the commencement of the civil rights rehabilitation proceedings. In other words, Mt.Gox's Bitcoin holdings will not need to be sold as has been happening, but can instead be distributed as a pro rata basis. This means that the future creditors may receive more than $440 per Bitcoin, a value that comes from the price of Bitcoin at the time of the bankruptcy proceedings began, a possibility that has previously been a source of controversy. Kobayashi will report on the status of Mt.Gox's assets at a creditors meeting on September 26th in Tokyo, Japan, he wrote. Claimants will then have until October 22nd of 2018 to file for rehabilitation, including submitting proof of their claim. A proposal for fulfilling the rehabilitation requests will then be submitted to the court by February 14th, 2019, according to Kobayashi. That is great news to hear, guys. Finally, a little bit of recompense for those who were burned by the Mt.Gox collapse. And what that all transpired with, guys, was that the CEO and owner and operator of Mt.Gox was severely underqualified for what he was doing. And he was more of a gamer than, a financier of any means. And, he just was at the helm when he was hacked. And hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars was just funneled away from Mt.Gox and into another private wallet. I read the whole story a few months ago about it. I forget where the money was sent, but they've had an eye on it ever since. Since Bitcoin's ledger is public knowledge, you can absolutely watch where that money went. From there, I don't know too much about it, guys, but I do know that the CEO of Mt.Gox at the time could retire right now and be a billionaire. But good on this guy. He didn't want the remaining Bitcoin that was left in Mt.Gox treasury. It's somewhere around I think like 150,000 Bitcoins were left in Mt.Gox trustees' care, or holdings, I should say. So, yeah. I hope that this can be finished without affecting the price of Bitcoin too much. Because after today, guys, there was a huge dump in price last night on into this morning. So we'll get into that here. But tell me what you think, guys. Sounds like good news to me that, they're actually going to be recouping the losses for people who lost a lot of money. I would love to see what happens. I don't want to see this money just get thrown into, or I don't want to see the Bitcoins, I'm sorry, I don't want to see the Bitcoins get thrown onto exchanges and plummet the price. And this article is saying that that's not what's going to happen, and that it's going to be probably done OTC, and the money will be recouped that way. But anyway, guys, drop me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Do you think that I finally believe that it's time that Mt.Gox actually pays for what happened. I mean, it's only been 4 years now, but it won't be completed until, what did it say, 2019? Yeah, you have to have your claims submitted by October of this year, and it should be all, the court should have everything ironed out by, it's stating Valentine's Day of next year. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. It's something to keep an eye on at any rate. But yeah, drop me a comment down in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's about time that Mt.Gox finally pays for 4 years of just watching people struggle to get their money back? I believe it's time. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say down in the comment section. Here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin versus US dollar 4-hour scale using the Bitfinex exchange information. And let's have a look at this, guys. That is just something, huh? Look at the dump. I mean, that is almost a straight drop. From about $6,600, $6,700, all the way to the basement of $6,150. Currently is what Bitcoin is trading at. We are sitting at a triple bottom, as a matter of fact. And I will show you what I'm talking about here on the triple bottom. I'm going to turn off that log scale, turn the auto off so I can move this around for us. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Bottom one. We'll just draw a circle here. Like this. There's our first bottom. Here will be our second bottom. That one there. And then we move on over here to our third bottom. That area right there, guys. So let me zoom out here and look at this. 1, 2, 3 bottoms, all hitting the same price point. Actually, this went down just a little bit lower, but it rallied and came back up. Oh, and wow, this is like even more than a triple bottom, guys, because I didn't even think about that. Right here is another one. So we've got 4 touches on this trend line. Let me draw it in here. There we go. You can see we've got 4 touches on this bit of, actually I want to draw a trend line. We'll take it and we'll go straight across like so, just like that. And you can see, guys, that boom, 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 boom. 4 times we have touched this area. 4 times. Now, that is never a good sign. Never. What we are looking at right now, guys, from just, looking at this, without even getting into anything else technically speaking, we are looking at a bearish triangle. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. We'll start, say, right here. Draw this up like that, and then draw out this way. And there's the triangle that we're looking at. Bring this up just a tad more, like so. So yeah, you can see that we got above the trend a little bit, but then came right back down, and we have yet to even test it again. So this is what we're looking at, guys. And it has completed its triangle. As you can see, we've touched right here. We're going to draw it just like that. We've touched there, and that's this just looks horrible, guys. It looks horrible. But there is a silver lining here, guys. If we do break down through this bit of, well, this is actually acting as a support line right now, this trend line that we've drawn here. It's actually acting as a bit of support. We currently do not have a bounce. I want to hit this. There we go. Like that. Turn that off. Turn the auto back off so we can move it around now. Yeah, see, so there is absolutely no sign of reversal after this, guys. We are still just printing a red candle. That is never a good sign. Never. So, what can we expect? What can we expect? Well, technically speaking, we can expect this to just continue to drop. The price, there's no sign of reversal there. What we can do, we will grab an indicator, a few indicators actually. The first one we're going to grab is our RSI. This one is one of my favorites. It's on the 4-hour scale. So as you can see, guys, we are in the oversold area down here. So what that means, technically speaking, is that we are in range for a rally. So if we do rally, but before we even get into that, guys, just keep in mind that one indicator alone is never a good enough sign. You always want multiple indicators to give you the best possible amount of information that you can. So we're going to bring up our exponential moving average as well. We'll just grab the normal one, and we'll do 2 of them, actually. So we'll close that out now. We're going to set one as the 50-hour and one as the 200-hour and see where we're at there. So the top one we're going to set as the 50. I'm going to change up the style a little bit, give us a better color so we can see it a little more clearly. We want to set the 50 as an orange line. And we're going to set the 200 as a purple line. Like so. Oh, no, 2001, 200 hour. There we go. And let's zoom back in, turn that auto off so we can get a better picture of what's going on. And as you can see, guys, we had support on the 50-hour, but it wasn't enough as Bitcoin's price just absolutely decimated the 50-hour moving average. Absolutely just plunged right through it. And now we're down, down in this area, the 61.50, somewhere around there. This is actually some of the lowest prices that I've seen for Bitcoin since I've been in the cryptocurrency space. The good news is that our 200-hour moving average is only at about $7,250. So we could potentially see Bitcoin have a rally that just pushes us right up and through that. And if that were to happen, guys, that 200-hour moving average would stop becoming a resistance and become support. So, that is a silver lining there. But let's zoom out a little bit and get the bigger picture. We're going to go to the day scale here, guys. And as you can see, our RSI on the day scale hasn't quite hit the oversold yet. So, we've got a little bit of wiggle room there. You can't really trust too much on between these two time scales, the day and the 4 hour. Those are my two favorite time scales to work with. I'm not much on a swing trading thing, so I'm not using like the 15-minute charts or anything like that, or the hour charts. I just like to gauge what's going on with Bitcoin, so I like to keep it on the day scale and the 4 hour scale. But as you can see, guys, our exponential moving averages are way above Bitcoin's price right now, on the day scale, that is. The 50-day and the 200-day are both well above Bitcoin price, which is never a good sign. And then, yeah, like our RSI is just about to be oversold, but we're still within normal trading areas. We've maybe got, I don't know, what's it sitting at? 32, 31, down into the low 30s, high 20s. That's generally where we want to see Bitcoin sit as we rally. So who knows what's going to happen, guys? It's just something to keep an eye on as the weekend progresses. I'm hoping that we see a rally, but who knows? Who knows? Like I've said many times, this asset is absolutely manipulated. So, just something to keep in mind, guys, if you're trying to trade Bitcoin. Just be safe. Set your stop losses really nice and tight. And with that being said, guys, I just want to state that I am not a financial advisor. This is not to be taken as financial advice. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. And with all that said, guys, that's going to do it for the video today. If you're still with me after all this time, hit that subscribe button as I try to post a video every single day, Monday through Friday. If you learned anything new, hit that like button and share it with a friend. Show them what Bitcoin's price is doing. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.